Peace, HHDG. We're on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. And always, big salute, shout out to everyone that's tuning in through our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook group, HHDG. For all those that continuously tuning in and supporting, we definitely appreciate it. And it's always made possible through our company, HHDG Media, which is our 5 members, our 5 owners, our family, friends, Rock Vader KB, the mayor, T. Smith, myself, Wiki, and also Skelly Top. For tonight, we're going to have 2 talented guests. One you might be familiar with because he was just on here, I would say a little over a month ago. It's about, I think, July 25th. And another young talent, definitely, I would say, a driven talent, that evokes a lot of what you would know from very historical, prominent women to, express in more than just the common ways of what we would expect. And she's been showing that through not just music, but through also spirituality, as well as hosting New Music Fridays, Down the Rabbit Hole, Love Culture. And, I'm grateful to have found out about it. And I guess we could say it's perfect timing at the time that I did, discover. And always, loving to just hear another person who's enthusiastic about discovering another artist and then just letting them, vibe out to their favorite tracks and, expressing their feelings of a certain track, the mood, the content, the production, lyricism, everything. And I think that's what brings certain people together. And, here we are tonight. We about to, dive into this new album, debut album, The Dirty Fathom, that dropped on August 30th. What can I say? This is how a quality should be released. Whether it's your debut, your sophomore album, doesn't matter what album. You want people to remember you by. This album right here is, this is a starter. That's how it should be done. Our other artists, I don't want to just focus on one since we have 2. I Love You, I'm Not Sorry dropped on July 17th, and we spoke about that. So you can definitely go check out that previous interview. And again, another talent that showcases many abilities. It's driven, it's diverse. So the 2 of them linking up together to create this album is, history in the making. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce MsFathom, residing in ATL. Peace.
Hey, peace.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
And also, once again, let the dirt say amen. Repping DC. Peace.
No matter where I am.
There you go. That's what I like to hear.
How you doing, good brother?
I'm doing good.
Hey, man, glad to see you again, bro.
Yes, indeed. Now, before we even dive into the debut album.
My bad. I never met your guest before. Yo, how you doing, MsFathom? Like, no, I'm just saying.
Salute.
So good. I gotta say, how I met MsFathom is on Twitter through the promotion of Down the Rabbit Hole. And I believe the first one that I joined the Umbrella member, Diamond.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's when I also saw Let the Dirt Say Amen. Also, was in join as well. I know what this is, but it's good to see familiar people up in there.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Now, that was dope. And before I even go a little further, I also got to shout out DR Smart and also William. That's always up in there.
Hey,
Definitely
shout out to
salute.
y'all.
Yeah, Will Mac.
So once, as I was saying in the intro, seeing and hearing, another person enthusiastic about an artist the way MsFathom was when she was, playing tracks from Mickey Diamond and, just vibing and, hearing it, it's always a great feeling to know that there's others out there that are genuine with going down, the rabbit hole.
Mm.
Because, and I've said this before, there's a lot of people that a certain artist catches their ear and they just leave it at that one song. They never want to go and check what else they might have out there. And, I still to this day don't understand why there's people like that, but I guess that's part of that, whole fast food, here today, going tomorrow type of mentality.
Mm-hmm.
It's even worse nowadays too.
Yeah.
It's so much to consume, and most of it is crap.
Yep.
So, you have a harder time getting people to actually do what you said, which is, follow the breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. So, MsFathom, being that you reside in Atlanta, are you originally from Connecticut, New Haven?
Yes, I was actually born and raised in New Haven, Connecticut. Shout out to the 203.
All right.
That's my home.
So how was it like up there?
Oh man, in CT.
Yeah, CT.
Growing up there was special. I definitely like music was something that I was influenced by at a very, very early age. I come from a family of talented individuals, so it's featured in my life from very early on. I remember even school, being in band and doing that, learning how to read music and, so yeah, it's a lot of, there's still nostalgia there with home. I miss it, but it's nice to be elsewhere.
Yeah. Now you mentioned talent. What's some of that talent? Because I know you have one of your brothers, G Nice.
Yes.
When I started going down your rabbit hole of music on SoundCloud, I noticed two y'all have collaborated quite a bit. So tell us about some of the other talent in your family.
Yeah, sure. So I gotta start with my dad. He's a singer and a bassist. So oh my God, and his voice is incredible. I have cousins also. Shout out to Shamari. That's the name of the group that they had back in the day. My cousins, Tony and Rasan. They're still doing music to this day. I actually got a beat from one of my cousins recently, wanting to do a track. So my nephew, he raps. Just
It's all
yeah,
around.
definitely. It's just there.
That's dope. And I think you also mentioned your goddaughter, Ayana. She's a singer as well.
Oh yeah, whew.
Singer, producer. I
um
know she does a lot more than just singing.
yes, oh man, her voice is angelic. I also have another niece. She goes by the name of Meadow, and she raps too. So
All right.
yeah, like I've been, and I try to encourage my nieces and nephews, mostly by, leading by example, but also by, telling them too about what talent they have, because they need to hear it, and to, not let that part of themselves, get lost.
Right. Okay. Interesting. I mean, that's you don't hear of too many people in a family with a plethora of musical talent like that. Sometimes it might be a few here and there, but not as much as you just mentioned.
Like the Jacksons.
Uh,
Yeah, that's what they would like refer to us as, like, it's hilarious. Family excellence, someone said. I like that. Yes.
yeah, that was coming from Ace Wonder, who is another talented MC. He's got
Hey,
he's got some work out there. I'll definitely send you links to his music as well.
please do.
Shout out to Ace.
We can go down the rabbit hole with him,
Yes,
and his
indeed.
stuff.
Yeah, he definitely got a catalog for that too.
Okay, bad.
Now I noticed something similar in the two of you is positivity. No matter what you have gone through in your life, the two of you emit that positive energy. Um, is that one oh we might have lost him, but I'll check when he comes back. Is that
Okay.
one thing that might have connected the two of you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Here we go.
So, like, just a little bit of background on that. Um, I came across Dirt's music about, I would say, like, March of last year,
Mhm.
maybe. Um, God Hates Gucci was the project that I was put onto, that I first came across and was just blown away by. Um, you know, I actually had reached out to Dirt, and he actually replied, and I was like so wowed by that, because it's like, here, he like celeb status to me, like I'm a huge fan of his work. And yeah, so right off the bat, it was just like, just positive energy, you know what I mean? Like, just a positive exchange. Um, just recognition from the beginning of, like, of talent and of light,
Mhm.
just one another's light. And yeah, shout out to him for being such a humble dude.
Hey, shout out to you, man. It works on both sides. Like I ain't, I mean, I'm just a regular guy from Northeast DC. At the end of the day, like, I'm still in pursuit of something, and even if I was at a certain place, I just always aim to be someone who's down to earth. No, never like on no, like the bad side of what it means to have celebrity status. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
where you feel like you're like here and the people are here, and that's the people that I'm influenced by weren't like that. So I try to make sure that I'm honoring the way that my parents raised me, the way that my grandparents passed down, and also like the people that influence me and inspire me. You know, like I'm not saying that they didn't have their own faults, but positivity is the central theme.
Right. Yep. Yeah. And I noticed MsFathom on your Instagram, you always you put a lot of positive quotes on there.
Which is crazy because she's really difficult to work with. You know, no, I'm just messing with
The secret's out. I am a diva, guys.
you. Yeah,
Okay.
don't let the Instagram fool you. Say.
Well, no, I think it. I appreciate you for uh, for saying that and actually acknowledging that, because I try to, I not that I try. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can post my share of, you know, other things, but no, I do try to keep it light for the most part and positive. I mean, and just really how I would want, someone to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is kind of how I try to put it out there for other people as well with certain messages. So thank you for that.
Definitely. And were you always a creative person growing up?
I would say yes. I mean, as far back as I can remember, my most vivid memories are probably like around middle school when I um, got more involved in music and learned how to play an instrument and how to read music and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I really, but singing came before that. That was just something that came naturally, and that my brother, he sings, so seeing him do it, hearing him do it, and then all the music that I was listening to growing up as well. But I started writing, I would say, like around 12. So
Okay.
it's been a long time. Yeah. Poetry, rhymes, stories, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Songs.
Yeah, because one thing I did notice listening through the music on SoundCloud is you do emit a spoken word vibe as well.
Mm. Yeah. I actually, I feel like I kind of pace myself when I rap. I don't really uh rap fast a lot, or I kind of tend to take my time with what I write,
Mm-hmm.
and or like how I deliver it basically. So yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yeah, I think there was a track you did with C Meds that was a little
Okay.
more up tempo. I got to look for it again so I can know exactly
uh
what it is.
it could have been Respect, maybe.
That might have been it.
I think so, because it must have been on my mixtape. um that was back in 2018 that I dropped that. But
Yeah.
yeah, Meds, that's my nephew actually. See Meds.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, still in the family.
Yeah, you know it.
That's dope. Yeah, I'm gonna look for that. But in the meantime, um, being still talking about being creative.
Hmm.
Outside of music, and I noticed that you also are a big fan of art. One of
Hmm.
the things I wanted to ask you is, you have a lot of animated self-portraits on your IG.
Mm-hmm.
Are you creating those, or is that someone else?
That's someone else.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish I was more like inclined that way,
Mm-hmm.
because I do have an appreciation for for art, for visual art. Two of my favorite magazines are Juxtapose and High Fructose. They feature a lot of like dope, urban artists and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love art. I wish I could do it, but I'm grateful for my gifts.
Right, right. And you could say, astrology is visuals. So,
Yes.
I mean, and that's something else that you've been in for quite some time.
Yes.
How did you get into astrology?
Um, I would say just having a personal interest in like learning more about myself, through like the signs. Because if you look at like your birth chart, for example,
Mm-hmm.
it shows the different placements of the signs, throughout your chart. And depending on where certain planets were, it tells certain things about you or your personality, basically. So I've been interested in studying that kind of stuff about myself, just to kind of get like a deeper understanding of me. And then also, um, I I do consider myself to be spiritual. I do believe in God, obviously, and outside of that, some people they associate, certain things about astrology and things like that with, negative things. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not always super forthright with that kind of stuff because I don't like the judgment.
Right.
But like if you do follow me, you'll see, because I don't hide it. And I think that too is a lot of what um this album is about too, is like kind of like a coming out for me, and showing a totally different side of myself.
Right. Right.
um and that comes with embracing, who you are.
Definitely agree that, because I'm glad that you mentioned that just now, because if anyone has listened to the Nip tape and also your mixtape that you're talking about from 2018, and then you listen to your debut, you can tell, the difference. You can tell the growth. You can tell you're more expressive.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely get that.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
So being that we still talking about astrology, what does it tell you about yourself? And before you answer that, for those that
Mm-hmm.
don't know, MsFathom is my birthday twin,
Yes.
August 22nd.
So crazy. Shout out to us. Happy belated. Well, I'm a Leo sun, Leo rising, and an Aquarius moon. Um, so basically, the moon placement is supposed to talk about like your emotions
Mm-hmm.
and how you come across emotionally. So for me, being an Aquarius moon, which is an air sign, um, and then also being a Leo, um, we don't really shy away from the spotlight. And it's like I've struggled with that to some extent along the way, you know, being in the public eye.
Mm-hmm.
And just do like just public speaking, performing, things like that on my own. Um, but I don't know. I don't like. I still have always been the type that shines. You know, like even you know I don't know how to explain it, but just you know, there's a certain confidence as well that comes with being a Leo, and also just that we have that flair for drama as well too. So being a performer is not too far out the realm of reality for us.
I agree. The funny thing is, growing up, as much as I had stage fright,
Mm-hmm.
I would still go up there. If we had spelling bees, I would still go up on stage. If we had plays, I would still go
Same.
up on stage. And you know, in college and in high school, I did public speaking as well. And you know, it still felt, you know, a little awkward, but I still went up there.
Yeah, and I feel like I have I have a challenge ahead of me in terms of like performing on my own because I've always had my family, you know, specifically my brother as my security blanket. We've always, we used to perform together back in the day, you know. So like you said, you know, you've been on stage and done things throughout your life in school and stuff. So have I, like with being in band, being like in orchestra, chorus, stuff like that. um, but when I started to perform, even
Yeah.
if I did sing, you know, a song of my own, I still have my family there. You know, I still have my brother there backing me. So it's gonna be interesting doing it by myself now.
Being that we talking about rhyming with someone else, um, tell us about the group. I'm trying to remember the name. I'm sorry. Um, it was a group. It was three of you. Oh, Apex Armada.
Yeah. So it's a group of three of us. Myself, my guy Chilo, and my other boy Main Event. And this is so I've known Chilo for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We were in a group together, way back in the day. We used to do he raps and does poetry, spoken word as well. Um, so we used to do music together back then, and we, you know, reconnected, you know, later in life, and then we formed this group. Main Event is a producer and a rapper as well. So yeah, the three of us we're working on an album right now. We did drop one single called Realize, which is out on all streaming platforms. And we're actually working on dropping another single right now, and an album.
Right.
We have Main Event. He produced all the beats. You know, we have concepts for most of the songs, versus a lot of what I have left to do is to just record and
Mm-hmm.
get that to them. So yeah, we got another single coming up soon. It's called Cosmos is the name of it. So I give y'all a little
Oh.
a little intel.
All right. I'm definitely gonna go because I listened to the track before, and then I was wondering what else y'all had out there. So I'm
We
glad
got something
to hear
coming.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming. Actually, I think there was just we just had a message in our group text recently, like, when are we dropping? Like, they didn't want to drop too close to my album release.
Uh-huh.
So, we decided to just wait a little bit, but that's coming ASAP.
Okay.
Yeah.
For those tuning in, I just put the link for Realize in the comments.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Now, one thing I gotta ask, and this question goes for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
You did a promo for for the new album, the debut album.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know Let the Dirt Say Amen is his visuals are always on point too. So what I'm getting at is, when the two of y'all gonna link up for that first visual, that first video.
ASAP.
Yeah, we talking right now.
Okay.
With Universal and Sony trying to get the budget for that shit. You know, it's a hassle, but I believe in God, man. I mean, I figured they was running out of dope light skinned people to choose from. So now will be an opportune time for y'all to go ahead and let that money go. I can't tell you, and I'm gonna look this fresh in 10 years. So go ahead and act now.
Doing all right.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, we hopeful, man. Like obviously the land distance is a issue, but that ain't never stopped. That never stopped.
Right.
Nothing before. So like I said, I believe in God that it'll happen soon.
Yeah.
Definitely something we're working on.
All right. Now tell us, how did the first song come to be, and which track was it?
How did the first song come to be and what track was it? Let me see. I believe it was the intro. I think that's where it started.
Are you sure it wasn't Veronica Was Here? Because I feel like that might have been one. I don't know. I could be wrong. I was wondering, was that one of the first beats you had? But I could be wrong.
No, well, one of the first beats I had was Down the Rabbit Hole, DTRH,
Yeah,
but
but didn't I make that after I made the other stuff? I can't remember, so that's why I'm just
I
asking.
don't think so.
Okay.
I think that was before. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that was before. But that was actually like DTRH was a bonus. It wasn't a bonus track, like, but yeah, I had to do a song to it. I just had to.
And whose idea was that to you said you had to do it, and I know it's related to what you do on Twitter and everything. Well, whose idea was that initially?
Well, the project idea, I came to Dirt with. Um, at first I wanted to use beats that he had,
Mhm.
because Dirt had dropped some exclusive beat tapes. And I was just like, yo, just doing what I typically do, like, curating, beats or whatever, picking which ones I like. And I went to him and was like, yo, are you cool with me like rocking on some of your beats and putting a project but putting a project together, like doing something like that. And he was like, sure, sure, I don't mind, but he went up to me. He did me one better. He decided to produce songs exclusively for me, specifically for me.
Yeah.
And that's how that project came to be. It was him putting together like a beat tape just for me and me choosing, the ones that I wanted. And yeah, that's how I picked the beats for the album.
That's special right there.
So I mean, like, who gets that opportunity? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
Like,
Yeah.
to me, that's a huge opportunity. Like, I was just blown away by it because it's like I love his production. So the fact, and um, I remember being in a Twitter space, being interviewed in a Twitter space a long time ago. And they asked me, they were like, well, what producer would you want to work with? And this is before me and Dirt started to work together.
Okay.
And I remember mentioning him as the producer that I wanted. So it's like a dream come true to me.
Divine intervention.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ain't that something? Mm-mm. What's the on the first track that on the intro? What's that
hmm
recording from?
That's so it's an interview I found of Millie Jackson.
Oh, okay.
I think it was from I can't say exactly. I think it was from the 80s, but I'm not 100% sure.
Thought it sounded familiar. Okay. With your direction on the album, like I was saying before, it's different from your previous work,
hmm
and it's also, like you said, a breaking out for you. What made you want to go in this direction?
Just I just wanted to be true to me. That's all. Just be my authentic self and, you know, present what came naturally to me,
Hmm.
like through the process.
Okay. Now I'm gonna quote myself from what I told you after I listened to the album a few times, and what I
Okay.
was saying was you seamlessly combine relationships, sexy, adulterated, sultry imagery of the sights, senses, settings, prominent women, not just in song titles but also portrayed with your lyrical talents.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I appreciate that so much.
And the thing with that is we don't get that enough in the music.
mm,
And the way you combined it didn't come off dirty, didn't come off raunchy. It had
mm,
a proper sensual way to it. And it was still lyrical heavy
mm.
and it had substance.
Yo, so I just had a crazy idea, and that was, and now I'm gonna have to re-listen to the album again with this in mind. But in a way, this album is like a hip hop version of "I Want You" by Marvin Gaye. That album was
Really?
it was literally like, I mean, I guess in essence all Marvin's albums are about love, but it was the particular type of love and the expression in this album was more like about the sensual. And it was about relationship too, so there's that as well. Like I just thought about that. I was like, yeah, you could kind of liken this to like a hip-hop version of Marvin Gaye's I Want You in a way, but if a woman did it, you know what I mean.
I love that. Now I gotta get that album.
Yeah, that's the shit, man. I swear by that.
I mean that the title song, that I Want You, that song is whew.
Yeah, you got it's like, trust me, you got to experience it with the whole album.
Yep, yeah, all the way through, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm shortchanging myself right now.
Nah, that shit that you can go to sleep to that shit tonight. You know what I mean? And then just pick it back up tomorrow if you don't make it through it.
Word.
With some of the song titles, what made you pick some of the women's names like Josephine Baker and Jada and Vanessa?
Enter Dirt. Cue Dirt.
I had nothing to do with any of the titles. So do you want me to answer it or you?
Nah, go ahead. You answer.
So basically, in essence, I will name a beat something, right? And it might not necessarily be what, like it's not like so much a well thought out song title in a way, but a lot of the times, like for my albums, sometimes those beat names end up becoming the song titles because I'm just like, man, I'm not changing it. That shit. So I didn't know what she was going to do in that regard, but I just sent them as whatever came to mind at the moment. So, like, I'll just say, Jada and Vanessa are two very famous women within the pantheon of sensuality culture. Let's put it that way. And then just don't let your kids search for them. But that being said,
that was smooth right there.
Obviously Josephine Baker, was definite for me to give a head nod to her, and just the walk that she walked, you know what I mean, in the face of all the shit that she had to go through. So, but mostly it's like, all right, as I'm making a beat and I'm getting ready to save this shit, it's like, all right, what is this called? So, like, I remember one day I named the beat Mayonnaise, you know what I mean? So it just depends, and she just decided to keep the titles. So you had to ask her why she decided to keep them. But that was my reason for naming. Like, I named.
That's the next question right there.
Why did I keep them? Well, it's funny because whenever I do a remix, I usually keep the title the same and just like whatever remix by MsFathom. And I started to think about like how I could, like, I don't know, personalize that more by maybe titling the song after the artist or something like that if I make a remix. I don't know. But in terms of why I kept the song titles, I mean, some of them are I guess kind of obvious because the song, like Blessed with a Talent, for example, like there's actually a sample in there that says blessed with a talent that the Almighty granted me, you know. So I kept that the same. My Best I Did, like, and it in that song, it coincides with that title, like that's what we talked about in the song, basically trying. And But I don't know. As a nod to Dirt, I kept the titles the same, and I incorporated most of them into the song somehow. And made it fit. Like even with Susie Q, like it's right there in the title. I mean, it's right there in like the first couple bars.
It's amazing. Again, people, we got to remind you, this is MsFathom's debut, and Let the Dirt Say Amen produced the entire project. I'm going to say it again. Let the Dirt Say Amen produced the entire project for a debut.
Yes.
I mean, I have to give credit to my man though, because he was there the whole time. Him.
My next question for this project, always important and always ingrained in anyone's mind that listens to music. Album covers, the artwork.
Mm.
What was the vision?
The vision was to try to capture something dirty, but also like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not so in your face, I guess.
Explicit.
a little muted. Hence just the leg. Yeah. Shout out to Authored Style, my guy DR Smart, who did the album cover. He's an amazing artist. Yes. He's an amazing artist. He's been helping me with my art, like for my spaces and stuff like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it was only right that I go to him for the album cover. So yeah, shout out to him.
That's dope. Yeah, I like, and it gives off almost like an oil painting in a way as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was part of, if you wanted it to look that way or not.
I believe in giving pretty much creative control to the artists that I'm working with.
Mm-hmm.
People that I'm collaborating with. Through the process. He had helped me with imagery, because that's something that we still, that's still gonna go into the album is, the visuals and things like that, that are coming. So he helped me all along the way with the visuals. But I trusted him to just do his thing. You know what I mean? Like with the art. And that's what he came back to me with. And I was like, yeah, that's it. Like right away, I was like, yo, that's, yeah, that's the one. And he had others too. Like he had sent me others. I was like,
that's the
one. We
one.
got it. Yeah, we got it. No need.
I taught him everything he knows.
Yeah.
Shout out to DR. No, I'm just playing.
One of my favorite tracks. I mean, I enjoy from beginning to end, but Lisa of the World.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one of those sets the mood as soon as you get the first few seconds.
Now help me out because I always forget. Lisa is the phone ring joint, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I when I sent that beat, I was like, I mean, I loved it because the way I listen to hip hop, I can deal with loops and loops and loops and loops without ever getting tired. But I was like, damn, is she going like asked me, "Yo, can you take that phone out sometime? Because that shit just keeps ringing over and over and over." But it's like it's part of the beat, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, because you know what? It worked perfectly. Like the way that the track worked out, and like even how it ended with the voicemail, you
Yeah,
know, like
shout out to the Queen, Sapphire Bardet.
yes. It was like, okay, someone finally answered on the other end. Yes.
And I also just caught that you said, "Order me around, no rotary phone." I mean, I had heard the line over and over, but it took me a second to catch it. It was like, oh, I was like, all right, that was quick.
See, that's why people got to
Yeah,
get the album.
I'm from the era of the rotary phone. I
Yeah.
remember, you know, having to wait for the number to run around
To go to the next one.
It was like a speaking spell and shit. You know, I'm telling my age and my color.
Oh man. Will we be blessed with physical copies in the future?
Absolutely. Yes, I definitely want to do that. I'm glad you said that. And I'm going to take this little note right quick. There's a local record shop. Shout out to, I forget the owner's name, but the shop's name is Blue Canary. And I went in there one day with my friend, my best friend Taylor. We went shopping there, crate digging, and they have an amazing collection from old to new.
Nice.
And I got to talk to the owner. They have a performance space in the back for artists. And I was just there one day. I'm ear hustling, like with my homegirl, looking at records, because this guy came in promoting himself and his music, and I got to hearing like that the guy's like, oh yeah, we got this performance space in the back, like nothing, and so long story short, I spoke to him, and I had let him know I was an artist, and he showed me the performance space, and he said to me that he would be willing to buy my record once I put my album out, because I
There
told
you
him I
go.
was
See?
I told him I was coming out with an album, and he is like, I'd buy the vinyl and sell it here, and you can perform at any time. So I've been meaning to contact him to send him the album because I want him to hear it.
Definitely.
But yeah, Blue Canary, shout out to them.
Yeah, I do remember you posting about that too.
Yes,
Yep.
It's a beautiful shop too.
See, look at the networking right there.
Now, I know, these
and just think of he already told him he already knows that you create music, you have an album out. He's got a space to perform. You can do a nice album listening session there.
Thank you. I'm seeing it. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be in touch with him because it's it's amazing. It's amazing. Definitely a great opportunity. Shout out to May. Oh my God. Hey darling.
I can't see shit about no chats. Am I supposed to? Oh, my bad. They're gonna make. Hey, what's up, sister? Lady May.
Now, outside of hip hop, I know you're big into R&B. What's one of your go-to groups to listen to?
Jodeci. Yeah. Love You for Life is the first song that comes to my head. So y'all go play that. Oh, I can listen to that song all day.
Joe, this
I
is
love
wild.
R&B. My first love.
Yeah. What about I think you're also a fan of Drew Hill.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, one of my favorite all-time favorite songs of theirs is "So Special." That
All right. That's a good
I
one right
love
there.
that song. That song is incredible, incredible. And the thing with the the '90s R&B is like the harmonizing, like how layered the songs were,
Mm-hmm.
with their vocals alone.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, that's I love. Yeah.
It's a good point that you brought that up. Do you notice, as far as mainstream, that there's not too many R&B groups? It's mainly a lot of solo R&B singers out.
Yeah.
But if you go down the rabbit hole, like go on SoundCloud and other websites like that, and there's still groups out there. It's just like I said, they're not putting them out, trying to get
Yeah.
them put out mainstream. Because that was a big thing back in the day. R&B groups.
I mean, you could probably name more groups than you can solo artists. I mean, they were abundant.
Yeah.
And you're right. It isn't the same anymore. And so that kind of complexity in music, has kind of it's still out there. I don't want to say it's died completely,
Right.
because
Yeah. That's
it
all.
still exists. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, you have to look
Yep.
for it. It's just like with hip hop, that, and I listen to, like, that's what I default to nowadays. I don't listen to as much R&B. I don't. I mean, put me on, definitely,
Mm-hmm.
like, and I'll listen. My best friend, who I actually saw, is here too. Shout out to her, in Tune Deep. Um she her taste of music is so dope, and she plays the bass.
Nice.
And her and I are actually in the process of forming like a little group together, where I sing and she plays, or I rap and she plays, or something, whatever. Um, and so we're coming up with like all these different covers that we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so she be putting me on. She be putting me on to a lot. Even she put me on to like UK rap,
Oh, okay.
which is another
I'm getting to
lane.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole other lane. But they got some stuff for real.
Yeah. I got some artists I can sing you from over there as well.
Okay.
Sing too.
Hey, send me a list.
Definitely.
Yeah, shit off top. I say Kano,
Oh
Stormy
yeah.
D, uh who else do I
Ashy just
say?
dropped a album.
Yeah, it's a couple cats over
Yep.
there. I picked it up off of watching Top Boy. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But
Uh,
yeah.
Novelist. Yeah, there's a lot out there.
And
Okay.
Dizzy Rascal. Look up
Oh
Dizzy
yeah,
Rascal.
Dizzy. He just released a recent project too.
I gotta do Down the Rabbit Hole, the UK edition.
Yeah,
That would be dope.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I
That would be dope.
actually have a follower. I have a follower and friend. Shout out to him, Gold One. He raps too. And he's in the UK. When I heard him, I was like, oh shoot, like me and you gotta work together. So yeah, I definitely F with the UK.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother Keith Graham. That's my top boy partner in crime and shit, man.
Hey.
Nice. Did either one of you watch the UK show Supercell?
Now I haven't looked at Supercell yet, but
Okay.
it's definitely something on my radar.
Definitely. what is worth watching. But being that we also speaking on music, the creator um, is also an artist, and two of the actors in there are also artists as well.
Mm.
Okay. That.
Now, I also like to speak on life, not just the music. So, MsFathom, what is special in your heart with the city of Boston?
What's special in my heart with Boston? The birth of my daughter. That's where my daughter was born. Um, I did spend some time there. I lived there for a little while, and yeah, that's where she was. That's where I had my baby.
Who is, from what I know, is quite the talented young one.
Yes, yes. She's actually in band. She's in sixth grade now. She's
Mm,
11, and she's in band now. And she plays the trombone. That's the instrument that she chose.
okay.
So she's doing that. She's learning how to play that in school. And then she's also an artist as well. She likes to she draws and does digital art. Um, she has like a program that she knows how to use on her computer
Hmm.
to to make drawings and even like animated. um
Nice.
yeah, she's very intelligent, very creative as well, and she wants to learn how to make beats.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, so she gonna be exclusively producing my next album. Let's go.
That's
and,
what's up.
and the album cover.
Okay, exactly. She actually what song is it? I think it's Big Ass Bracelet. I did the remix of on my SoundCloud. There's two songs. Oh, that one and the Bread of Life remix, the Stove God cook
Oh, okay.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I remixed those two songs, and she drew the covers for them
Nice. Okay.
on my SoundCloud. Yeah, a long time. She'll look at it now and be like, "Oh my God, mom," because it was a while ago. But it's like, oh, I'm sorry, because her skills have improved so much since. My bad.
She want her updated work out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I ain't mad at
I
it.
feel her. I feel her. Y'all know how I can be as an artist. She like I outgrew that. You know what I mean?
I know, right? Like, like your old music or something. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a little cringe now.
Now, with having a mother that is shown a diverse talent, who are some women either in your life or throughout history that have inspired you?
I would say outside of inspiration from my own mother, um, my older sister as well. I spent a lot of time with her, and her son C Meds is my nephew. I spent a lot of time with them growing up. And just with her being, my sister, and also, a strong, independent woman, a mother, you know, she's really inspired me a lot, for sure. Um, and there have been, like I admire other, women and female figures, I would say, in, like who you would consider celebrities, or whatever. I But I would say, if anyone really inspired me that much and was that influential, it would definitely be like the matriarchs in my family, for sure.
Okay. Very nice. Now, correct me if I'm mispronouncing your project. Is it pronounced Matronalia?
Matronalia is how I pronounce it, but right. I mean, you could be right too.
Yeah, you're the artist, so go by what you say.
Yes, that's the mixtape that I dropped. Yes.
Okay. So being that we speaking on family, I'd like to, shine the light on you and your family. So I'm gonna play the track "Come Through" with your brother G Nice, as well as C Mez and Lick Shot.
Let
me get this up real quick.
Okay.
Blackout, FA, Matronalia.
Just a young nigga living on welfare. At the neighbor's house, can't afford daycare. These are the cards I'm dealt. Life ain't fair. I ain't ate all week, and they don't care. Had to get my bread up, got my hustle on. Louis Vuitton, Gucci for my carry-on. So I'm hitting like ping pong, strong like King Kong. Boys in the hood, my shorty knee along. Fuck with Fathom, shots hit you like pinatas. I chill with niggas, but I kill with the shotters. Go follow your dreams, forget about your problems. Go live your life, the only way to solve them.
Best believe your dreams do come true. Plotting and scheming, you when the team come through. Instead of shopping, we eating, you wanna eat, come through. It's not you, fuck you. Best believe your dreams do come true. So it's plotting and scheming, you when the team come through. Instead of shopping, we eating, you wanna eat, come through. It's not you, fuck you.
Listen, I knew my dreams would come true. From hitting the pad and kicking shit, I ain't talking no kung fu. When the sun moves, got the knife, trust me, you gonna lose. Beef with me and see me come and tie up your running shoes. Don't wanna hear no excuse to put down that gun punk, get knocked out like your father used to. But enough of that, brought music back and I'ma hustle that. Instead of packs and loading the Tommy Cruise on a couple tracks. And a couple raps made me change, so I wear a couple hats. And now I'm aimed straight at the game to show you fucking cats that we never pussy. You push me, you push and make it. Yo, we never overlook me, you book me, we getting paid.
Best believe your dreams do come true. So it's plotting and scheming, you when the team come through. Instead of shopping, we eating, you wanna eat, come through. It's not you, fuck you. Best believe your dreams do come true. So it's plotting and scheming, you when the team come through. Instead of shopping, we eating, you wanna eat, come through. It's not you, fuck you.
Coming up wasn't easy by any means, we struggled hard. Shit had me mixed up in the mind like shuffled cards. Got a couple scars, but really niggas don't care what your troubles are. Am I right or not? I'm in the pilot spot, directing the plane. Put some respect on my check and my name, I'm the best in the game. MsFathom, the matriarch. Went from having an achy heart to having it break apart or broken up. I've spoken what I wanted into existence. I put my everything into this instance, mind, body, and soul. But I'm probably old. I ain't gotta be told how to do this shit. It's in my blood, hereditary, so it's in my cup. From outside bars to inside clubs, you know we hype, man. Keep a tool next to where I sleep like a nightstand. I get to spit and kick the written, and listeners be like, damn.
Best believe your dreams do come. So it's plotting and scheming, you when the team come through. Instead of shopping, we eating, you wanna eat, come through. It's not you, fuck you. Best believe your dreams do come true. So it's plotting and scheming, you when the team come through. Instead of shopping, we eating, you wanna eat, come through. It's not you, fuck you.
Let me kick it to them, and if you listen, you addicted to them. Cause this prescription in the sit you doing justice. It's nothing but gangsters amongst us. I write with monsters in the city rooms and just think of ways to stick it to them. The system isn't tuned for us. I need commas without them breathing on us. Now I'm in the e-commerce. I cop the green Honda, filled it with with free products. Ain't forget we artists trying to get this dream started. We need dollars, you can see that we polished with some weed bottles. It could get deep, you may need goggles. I speed by you, go 0 to a buck quick. This ain't no luck shit, it's nothing to be fucked with.
Hey. It's a family affair.
When's the last time you heard that track?
Oh man. It's been a little while.
He hitting you with that narwhal right now. He's like, this, I got this record in 86. And you were first a breakdancer.
Right? That's a good one though. Thank you.
No doubt, no doubt. You know, I gotta be prepared to, you know, hit you with a little something from the past that, you know, I've been vibing to as well. So
Okay.
play that one. And
then
earlier you were asking if the track Respect was the one I was mentioning that you were rhyming more up tempo, and yeah, you were right, it was that track.
It is okay, yeah. I think I remember I was trying to go crazy on that song.
As always, we gotta ask the origin of your name.
Oh wow, okay. So Fathom, actually, where I got it from was a comic book. It's a comic book character, right? Of this like underwater goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Now I didn't I'm not a comic book person. It was my brother. He had like this he had a comic book, like it was combined. It was like, you know, showing pictures of all different kinds of comics. And I remember coming across Fathom and I was just stuck on her. And when I looked deeper into the word fathom, I realized that the meaning that it took up for me was too deep to be understood. Fathom, like I can't fathom that. I can't even wrap my head around that, you know, like, so that's what that's the flip that I put on it, you know. And it was Fathom, you know, forever. But then the Miss got involved. Now, you know, now it's MsFathom, a little bit, you know, a little older.
It's all good. Now you said the character was you said it was from a comic, right?
Mm-hmm. Because fathoms are actually a depth of measurement,
right,
in the ocean. So, and she's a water, you know, she's like a water goddess, is what I, you know, equate her to. So she's just, if you look her up, she's a really beautiful character. I forget exactly. Like, if I always wanted to own a comic of hers, just because, you know, that's my name. But yeah, it's that's how I came up with that.
Yeah, I was jogging my memory if I might have seen it before, because I read comics myself, so I might have seen it. My next question is every track that Let the Dirt Say Amen created for you, on the new album, The Dirty Fathom?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
I was saying, is every track that Let the Dirt Say Amen created for you on the album?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything. Yep. Everything was. All the beats were produced by him. So yeah, I just came through with the bars, really. With the lyrics.
You made it an album. You know what I'm saying? Like beat, beat is there, but it's like it takes the artist to turn it into a song and a collection of songs into an album. So that's where you came in. You know what I'm saying? But no, it was no leftovers. Yeah, it was. This was everything that was done was, that was the cut.
Complete meal.
Yes. Yes.
I dig that. Dig that. I gotta ask. Being that you're a host of more than one show, you gotta tell us how you got into that whole aspect and what made you go with each of those three, Down the Rabbit Hole, New Music Friday, and Love Culture.
I got involved in, well, I've been on Twitter for a long time. I got involved in spaces through other people. Like at first I started out co-hosting before I took the leap of faith into hosting. But I was in the Twitter spaces, I would say, for a couple of months before I started to think about doing my own thing. Down the Rabbit Hole was the first space that I had come up with. Excuse me. I definitely wanted to do something related to music, and I had come up with that idea of just, going back in a artist catalog and, just showcasing basically my favorite songs from them. So that was the first space that I started. I got involved with the culture cards through Twitter. It's a NFT project that I supported. Excuse me. And basically, the person that put the project together, the founder, Fred Frenchie, he has a community as well of people that host spaces with him, or that attend the spaces that he hosts. So that's how I got into doing Love Culture. Is through him. And then the New Music Friday space, I just always looking for new music that comes out. I came up with that idea to do that space because that one's pretty new. I haven't been hosting that space for that long. But Down the Rabbit Hole, I'm on episode 19. And New Music Friday, I think I'm on like episode 10, and Love Culture, I'm on like 14. So, and Love Culture and Down the Rabbit Hole are bi-weekly.
Mm-hmm.
But New Music Friday is every Friday.
Okay. And major salute on that, because you are also opening the eyes and ears to other artists that people might not know about through all of these platforms.
And I'm glad that I can do that, because people put me on the artists as well, so it's not, and that's what I like. I put spaces on the back burner so that I could really focus on my album, so I haven't done a space. Well, I do co-host a space as well, Auntie May's Cookout. Shout out to Sincerely May May, who's here. I co-host that space for her, Auntie May's Cookout. And that's like a bi-weekly space as well, like every other Sunday. And on there we go song for song, which is really cool. So we find songs with the same title, and we basically pit them against each other and have people vote on which is their favorite.
Yeah.
So it's just a really good time, like I the music it's got to be a part of every space. It has to.
So let's pit two artists together that you are fans of, and tell me which one you would pick. Emily King and Lana Del Rey.
Emily King.
Okay.
Yes. I actually got to see her live.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Oh.
In Boston. That was another cool thing about Boston. I did get to see a lot of artists like live at different venues out there. So that was really cool. Really cool. But I did get to see Emily King. And I think it was Nick Hakim, I think, that opened for her, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that's his name.
All right. One more.
Okay.
One of your favorite groups, Jedi Mind Tricks or Onyx?
You know you ain't right. How you gonna do that? Oh Lord, like they're so good for totally, totally different reasons. Who do I go with? I can't pass. I have to pick. See, because in my space we can pass sometimes. So I'm just kidding. I'm gonna have to go with Onyx. Let's go Onyx, yeah. Sorry, JMT. That was a hard one, though.
Let the dirt say amen. You still with us?
But of course.
Okay, all right.
I'm out in the nighttime sky of LA.
All right, I got you.
Shit, but if y'all, ever need, just say the word and I'll hit y'all a little bit of light in the joint, man.
The light of them.
I haven't asked this, so I have to now. Once the debut was finished and the two of you heard it, what was your initial reactions?
You want to go, Dirt?
I mean, the first thing I thought, like, who does this shit remind me of? And I felt like they was ripping off "Let the Dirt Say Amen," because a lot of beats sound like the beats he do, and But no, I'm just playing, man. I loved it, man. I thought it was amazing because I've been waiting for it for so long, and I heard obviously snippets that Fathom would do in the spaces on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, X if you nasty, but um, it's just I kind of just out of sight, out of mind for a while intentionally, so that I could just stop because it's like it's like when music is coming out and you're a part of it, especially in the way that I was with this project. you know, it's like waiting on like a child in a way to be born. So it's like you anticipating that shit, and it kind of is like, all right, man. If I just stop thinking about it, then I'll look up and the shit will be here. And when when she finally gave me the final copy of it, shout out to Judah, at the Science Lab back in the DMV, who did the mixing and mastering. But once she got it back, it was like,
Salute.
yeah, my bad. Once she got it back, it was just I listened to it and was like, yo, this is, and I it really took me a few listens to really hear like how seamless of an album it was and is. But the first listen I already knew was like, yeah, you got something right here. You know what I'm saying? This shit don't sound like nobody else shit right now. It's, you know what I mean? It definitely stands on its own. So that was my response, man. Now
And
let's
as
do that.
far,
Let's do that again with the light on. All right. So what
okay,
I was
so
saying was,
it,
no, I'm just playing.
I can't. Man, when I heard everything back, I was just so happy. Like I think we did like an impromptu IG live, and me, Judah, and Dirt, and I just could not stop smiling. It was just like, and it's like that ever since. Like, just to hear, like, this is my first, like, the first project, my debut. There's just so many firsts for me on this, like with it being my debut, and then also it being the first project that I've had like mixed and mastered, where, and just everything that Judah did to it just speechless. Like, all I could do was smile, really. I just love the outcome, how everything turned out is just perfect to me, for sure.
That's great. That's great. Um, Me personally, I I had the honor of also interviewing Judah, and I've known his work. So now that the cat's out of the bag of who did the engineering and everything,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, and
pristine.
this is this is something else that's dope about this. Um, what connected Fathom to me originally was she heard the album that I had out at the time, God Hates Gucci. And Judah is who mixed and mastered that. And I actually was blessed enough to be able to record that one physically in the studio. You know what I'm saying? At Judah's spot. So it was, like I said, is only fitting in a way um, that it would end up being Judah who handled this project. You know what I'm saying? So again, shout out to Judah, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Now let's do that again with the light on. Now,
Man, I'm gonna leave this on a high note, and I just want to say, one, I appreciate the two of you taking the time and Two, again, this is how a debut should be. This is how you want a debut to be remembered.
Thank you.
And the opportunity to work with an experienced, talented musician, artist, producer, MC with Let the Dirt Say Amen to bless your debut like this, can't go wrong.
No. Dirt knows. I look. I give Dirt his flower always. I will always.
Hey, I love you, sis. Thank you, and
I love you too, bro.
it's back at you the same way. Like I said, it takes two people to make this particular shit that we did. You know what I mean? It take probably like 10, 20 motherfuckers to make that whack ass shit that's feeling on that's on every chart. But it took two to tango. So you know what I mean? Like I said, I believe in you the same way.
I appreciate that more than you know. And you took a chance on me, so that's, you know what I mean? Like,
shit, you took a chance on me. You took a chance on me. Like,
Hey, you ain't a rapper. You could dance on beat.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell them, but I don't know if they believe yet. But we shall continue.
I love you. I'm not sorry. God hates Gucci. Go get those.
Maybe I need to drop an actual gospel album in order for the audience to check it out. So, turn on the lights of heaven, Lord.
It just might work.
Yeah, maybe we'll work on that for 2025. You know what I mean?
So before we go, is there anything else you want to let the people know about? Something behind the scenes in the creative process of this album that we might not know about?
Just stay tuned for visuals. Visuals are coming. That's priority right now. So yeah, I mean, outside of that, just I'm just trying to make more music, really. I'm like, what's next?
Definitely looking forward to it. Let the dirt say amen. What else have you been working on?
I have two projects in the process of being processed, if that makes any sense. I just obviously I just released I Love You, I'm Not Sorry back July, so it's still fresh.
Yep.
But just being compelled by the creative spirit, which ultimately comes from God. Something just said, yo, keep making beats. So I started on this one project, title to be announced, but I started that one kind of like, I had been finished. Like, I Love You, I'm Not Sorry was done for a while. It was just a matter of, like I said, getting it, properly framed in order to release it in terms of like mixing, mastering, all, and just other things that, went into the process. But that being said, I can definitely say that I made these tracks in LA. So I've been here, you know what I'm saying? It'll be 2 years, and this month it actually, you know what I'm saying? Like this month is 2 years. So I would say that those beats were done within, this year's time frame. And then right before I got ready to finish that one project, I got an idea that I wanted to go back and kind of produce from the standpoint of hip hop mostly as people know it, if that makes sense. I think a lot of people had got comfortable with the idea that I only work in loops chops that are kind of just the loop itself,
Hmm.
and not in its original form, but somewhat, so that people can kind of do their homework and just figure it out. But that being said, the way I started was different too. So I just wanted to go back to, like, drums, kick, snares, putting the sample more in the middle of the beat versus, what I mean, and even doing the samples in a way where, you're going to really have to, like, figure it out. You know what I mean? Not like so blatant as before. So um maybe both of those albums will see the light of day before, the end of the year. Definitely one of them will, you know what I mean? Maybe coming way sooner than people even expected. So that's what I'm working on right now. Like I said, I'll get to the titles, even though one of them is titled, but I tell people a little bit later what the title of it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but just trust that it's gonna be more reasons as to why I need to be in the fucking conversation.
It is the Dirty Fathom, released August 30th.
Yes,
Right
please,
now,
y'all, go
it's
to
on
the
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.
Put the link
Yeah,
up there once again.
Yes, get that if you haven't already.
please support my sister, and it'll be hitting the streaming platforms sooner than you think.
Yes,
There it is.
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you again. I'm glad that you were able to speak with me about your debut. You know, this is definitely special, all around.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I truly appreciate you, like giving me this platform to speak and, to share my music and, my voice with others. So thank you for what you do for artists as well.
Absolutely. And, it's mutual. It comes full circle. You putting people on. I'm doing the same, intertwining, picking up on other artists that are out there that are, worth listening to, supporting, and
Hmm.
continuously spreading the word. So salute to you as well.
Thank you.
The floor is yours for you, and Let the Dirt say amen to, give you shout outs and let them know where they can go out and support.
All right. Well, shout out to the fam back home in CT. Shout out to my best friend. I know she in here somewhere lurking. Um, who else? Oh my God, I'm like blanking right now. Get the album. Get the album. Get the album. The Dirty Fathom LP is out now on Bandcamp. Soon to be on all streaming platforms. But support your girl. And yeah, more to come from myself, also my group Apex Armada, and yeah, stay tuned.
Let the Dirt say amen.
Yo, my bad, my bad. I was trying to. It was some dogs barking in the background. Um, I have no idea where my light went, but yeah, man, we're gonna use this motherfucking lighter. Because I don't want y'all to think I wasn't really here. It was not a voiceover. It wasn't no, none of that ghostwriter shit. All right. But anyway, to see this one of them cheap lighters, so you can't keep it lit too long. But yeah, man. Hey, look, like I said, first and foremost, thank you, brother, for having us. Thank you, Fathom, for, like I said, the same way you said you trusted me, to produce something that people can talk about and in a dope way. So thank you for that. And just to the people that came through to peep the interview, salute to y'all, man. Um, And salute to y'all misses as well. I don't want to just say man, you know what I mean? But at any rate, I'm on IG at Let the Dirt Say Amen. I'm on Twitter, Dirt Gregory. All right. But it's the same motherfucker. All right. That being said, like I said, I love you. I'm not sorry. It's out now. Please go look for that shit. God Hates Gucci. That's still in the air. You know that if you ain't caught that, you still need to go back and check that shit, because I feel like it's still people catching up to that fucker. And I don't necessarily mean by way of listening. I mean by way of the way hip hop has been sounding. It's like, oh, y'all still kind of running in the same place. But that's just me in my opinion. Anyway, after I'm done talking shit, that's it, man. That's where you can find me. And yeah, I love the fact that hip hop still has people like us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And all the links that were mentioned have also been put in the comments, and I also had them up as well during this interview. So you can't say you have no idea where to go find it.
Yeah, man.
Nope.
Go get the Dirty Fathom album. Go get the Dirty Fathom LP. All right. And for you young mofos, LP just stands for album. All right. It's just an old term. You know what I mean?
Indeed, indeed. So on behalf of HHDG Media, we are going to say peace.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.